What's going on, guys? It's Caleb, and today I have a Ram 3500 Limited that is in for a detail. This thing is an absolute tank. It has a Cummins in it, it has an aftermarket bed that has been put on it that I know the customer spent a lot of money on. Combine that with a gorgeous metallic black paint on the cab, and then a very nice flat black powder coated flatbed with toolboxes. I mean, this thing coming down the road looked amazing already, and it hadn't even been detailed yet. Now, a little info on this truck. I know the owner uses this thing to pull his toys, and there's only a few thousand miles on it, so it's dang near new car prep, and there's really not that much damage in this, but we'll get further into that as we get along with this detail. So before we go any further into these wheels, guys, if you could just take a real quick second and help me out by scrolling down, pressing the like button. If you're on mobile, you'll see it right there. Just tap it with your finger. That would help me out more than anything. But if you like detailing content, go ahead and press subscribe and stick around, because there's a lot more stuff coming in the future. I don't want to bombard you with having to like my video and subscribe, so let's go ahead. We have some P&S brake buster here. We're getting these wheels. These dually ones in the back were a pain in the butt, but we got through it with a little bit of patience and some elbow grease. Alright, so this is where it gets weird, so stick with me real quick while I explain to you what the heck is going on, because you guys are probably wondering why we haven't started the front wheels yet. Well, as I said, this thing is a tank, and it is Florida, and it is hot, and the sun is very hot, and only a certain portion of my driveway is covered with shade, and having black paint, it would just be an awful experience trying to wash that thing while in the sun. Usually with some cars I can kind of manage and make it work and do certain sections at a time, but with this, no. So we're going to do this vehicle in halves. What we're going to do is end up doing this half of it, I'm talking with the wheels, wash, and then decontamination, all that stuff, and then back half the truck into my shop, and then focus on the front half of it. So now that you know that, go ahead and stick with it. I swear it's not that complicated. Just think of it half and half. Just to touch on real quick what kind of brush I'm using for the exterior crevices in this certain video, I'm using my Max Shine Ever So Soft detail brush. Usually if something's really dirty, I'll use a boar's hair brush, but this one's really good. The only trick with it is that you kind of have to mingle and manage your way into little crevices with this brush. You kind of have to bend the bristles inwards to the little crevice you're trying to attack, and then go ahead and brush it. Adam's iron remover, and then glove. Wipe it around, make sure it's evenly spread. So we're done with this half, the back half, and now I'm gonna try to move my detailing cart and everything, line it up and get the back half in here so I can do the front half in the shade. It's gonna be a lot of me getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. So Meguiar's D101 APC is what I'm using to follow up with the brush with every little nook and cranny and crevice and all that. The reason for that being is because whenever I'm going to apply ceramic coating, I'm literally going to put it on everything in most cases, whether it be the trim, whether it be the paint, whether it be whatever, and sometimes I even switch up the products depending on what I'm going to coat. But this right here will make sure that it is clean, it is undiluted, it is strong as crap, and it's going to clean whatever it touches. Cleaner again, but this time you're coming with me. Pretty clean. This thing looks insanely clean right now, put that is because A, it is on camera, and B, it just got washed. Just give me about 20 minutes or so when we pull this thing in and we go through all the stuff that's embedded in the paint and all the blemishes and whatnot that we're gonna have to try to take out with a minor paint correction. It's not a lot. This thing really is clean, there's no doubt about it. Has a couple thousand miles on it, but honestly, I would most likely call this like, geez, like a new car prep almost, because it's in that great of condition. What's up? What we gotta do now is we gotta clay the roof. Cool. Clay, water, a little bit of lubricant, clay bar. So what I'm using in my IK foam sprayer is the regular attachment, not the foam attachment on the tip, but the regular attachment that just sprays stuff everywhere. And then I'm using, literally, you saw it in the video, just the tiniest little splash of the Last Touch detailer, and the rest is just distilled water. Most of the time, I like clay bars that don't require any soap or any lubricant of any kind because, you know, quick detailer is expensive. I think it's kind of stupid to spend a bunch of money on something if you could just use something that requires distilled water, or at least just a little touch of detailing lubricant. Heck, you could even use distilled water with whatever pH neutral car shampoo you're using. That stuff will work too. It works really good. Alright, so this is how this is going to have to work. Because of the tight fit on the other side, we're going to only give you the footage of the driver's side. So I'm trying to bring it down there. It's a very tight fit on that side. Of course, with polishing, I'll do like a time lapse, but for this, we're only going to do the driver's side because it's a tight fit. I don't really know how are you so bright? Turn down. I don't really know how the toolbox is gonna work. I guess I clay the toolbox. Maybe. Here, I'll try the door of the toolbox, and we'll see if that makes any difference. It feels really smooth though. I don't know. I've just never clayed and ceramic coated a toolbox. So trial and error. Trial and error. the baddies. So weird. It already has a little bit of oxidation on this paint. Very light hazing. So definitely gonna get some clarity out of that for sure. Oh, autofocus back on. There we go. One thing that it could also be is that someone has touched this paint before in the past with a dual action polisher. Think about it this way, rotaries leave behind buffer trails, but dual action polishers, if you're cutting too aggressively and not following up with a polish, or if you're using the dual action polisher incorrectly, it will leave behind a sort of haziness that you can see with your eye. Easily corrected though. There we go, much better. So we're pretty much done for today. Day one, washed, clay barred, decontaminated, all that stuff. I got a little bit of extra time, just a little bit. And I'm thinking about using a polish on the rearview mirror since they're kind of like metal plate, just to get the little stuff out of the way. That's what I'm thinking of right now. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab a towel, grab a little bit of metal polish, and we'll give that a shot. Oh, my flashlight. Day two. Let's check out the damage. Got a light on here. Let's check this out. Okay, see if this will auto go. Some swirling, scratching, marring. It's a white mark from me. Not really worried about it because I'm going to be polishing it. Scratches, marring, swirling, focus. There we go. Definitely some white marks right here. You can see where the owner's been wiping it down. Let's check down here. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. It's black, so you're definitely going to see a lot of damage no matter what. It's just kind of how it goes with black vehicles. Now I guarantee you when I look at the toolboxes, they're going to show damage too. Guarantee it. Yeah. I'm going to try to hit this with polish, because that's pretty rough. Pretty rough. Day two, minor paint correction. After looking at the damage on this paint, it's not very deep. It's not a whole lot either. So honestly, I am thinking Sonax Perfect Finish with a yellow Rupes pad is all we're going to need. Beautiful truck though. I don't really like trucks. I'm more of a European car guy. that's a nice truck. Very nice. So to start things out, we're going to do kind of the smaller, much harder places, kind of like that. Just so that way these are all done and out of the way, and then we'll move to the bigger and easier stuff, which are the bigger spots like this, and this is 5-inch. One thing to note here is that Dodge's paint, whether it be a Viper or a Ram series truck, is going to be generally soft. That's how my experience has been. Whenever I was first getting into detailing, one of the main practice vehicles I had was my brother's Ram 1500 Bighorn, and I can tell you from that, the paint is definitely soft. And it shows here as well with just using our simple Rupes yellow pad with some Sonax Perfect Finish. Like, that made it clean up beautifully. Rupes yellow pad, Sonax Perfect Finish. It's working amazing. Better than any other paint I've tried with this combo. Usually this is my favorite go-to combo for one-steps, and this is working on this paint better than any other car I've tried before. I really do think that the Adams micro polisher is one of the best and affordable 1-inch polishers you can get. Has a 12mm throw, but the battery does not last that long at all. So yeah, this micro polisher here is my new little toy that I've added to the arsenal of detailing products. It's been a long time coming, man, because whenever you're paint correcting a vehicle, using only a 5-inch backing plate with a 5-inch pad sucks. It sucks so bad because there's so much that you are limited to, and I freaking hate it. So I ended up dropping the money on this, as well as a 3-inch backing plate to go onto my Max Shine dual action polisher, and it's the best decision I ever made. Really, it really is. I mean, I'll keep the Max Shine and probably put a 5-inch backing plate on it, and I'll end up getting a Rupes 3-inch one, but I mean, 3-inch, a 5-inch, as well as a 1-inch. This is the perfect combo. You can do any vehicle in any way, shape, or form better than ever with that combo. If you guys want a longer video that goes over the micro polishers or any polisher that I use, backing plates, pads, all that stuff, let me know down below. I'd love to make a video on it, but I am going to touch more on this micro polisher in a future video. of noises, a lot of noises. But if you can hear me, we're gonna go with a 3-inch pad now. It's time for that, switching it up. Sonak's perfect finish. Sorry for the noise. Boop. 3-inch time. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on a fresh pad and try to polish this and see how it comes up. I think it'll come out pretty well, but I'm not really sure. I got done polishing with the 1-inch and the 3-inch quicker than expected, so before I move on to the 5-inch backing plate, I'm gonna hit this area just to see how well it cleans up. But first, let's take a look at it. A little bit ago, you saw me show you some footage of this, but yeah, it's pretty rough. So I'm just gonna go ahead, do a little half and half, probably, right here ought to be good. We'll set that up. I don't know what kind of paint this is. My guess is just automotive paint. With that right there, that tells me that yes, we are going to polish this toolbox up a little bit. Not perfect, of course, but a little bit. It is a toolbox, it's going to get worn, it's going to get used, so we want to get it nice and protected in some way, shape, or form before the owner comes and picks it up. I didn't know it was powder coated until it actually got picked up. The owner told me about it, and I've never polished anything that was powder coated, so that was a nice little experience to learn. Alright, went to the other side and did that toolbox. Pad's pretty much ruined. I gotta switch up pads, but we're gonna switch to the 5-inch backing plate, hit the doors, the hood, and the roof, get those all said and done, then the doors of the toolbox. Right now it's about 3:30 p.m. We should be able to wrap this up around 5:30 or so, and then might be able to coat it. Might coat it in the morning. We're using Projet, so it says 20-minute cure time. I don't believe that. I'm definitely gonna put it on hours in advance, but I at least wanna give it 4 hours to cure, just to make sure everything's good. So we may do it tonight, that way it has 24 hours, or we will do it tomorrow. I'm not really too sure yet. But look how nice the toolbox came out. Came out super nice. Nice and glossy. Now we're gonna focus on the doors. IPA wipe down time. Car Pro Racer, my personal favorite to use. This towel from the rag company, I can't remember what it's called. I'll link it below. Everything that I'm using, I'm gonna link below again. I had to update that list, I had to. But now we're going to IPA the entire vehicle. Definitely needs it, especially before we do a coating. Oh. So let's go ahead, cue the music one more time right now, and let's IPA this thing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm tired. All the polishing is done. Then I'll come back in tomorrow and coat it. Shouldn't take too long. I'll get here around 11, probably get done coating by 1. Do the inside, get done with the inside by 3:30. Coat the wheels by 4:30. Pick up at 6:30. I think that sounds good. See you guys tomorrow. Now for ceramic coating, we did every inch of this vehicle. We ceramic coated the toolboxes, we ceramic coated the paint, we ceramic coated all the metal, we ceramic coated all of the trim. We made sure everything was covered and protected with this thing. With it being a black vehicle, it looks amazing now, but you know, in a couple days it's probably gonna look a little junky because it's a black vehicle, but it's alright. It turned out beautiful. I love Projet ceramic coating. I talk about it all the time. And I didn't realize this, but mostly through this day, the detail my microphone was muted. So as I'm sitting here looking at the camera, blabbering on about crap, all I'm trying to explain to you is this little suede applicator pad that I found online. It's a really good one. I'll see if I can link it below as well. I do like it a lot, but I'm going to start switching over to microfiber applicator pads for ceramic applications after this. wheels I did way in advance during that day. I just didn't know how to edit it in because I was in the middle of doing the paint, so I'm putting it here at the end. And what I ended up putting on the wheels was actually just the tiniest bit of leftover Adam's graphene coating I had. There was no intention to put this kind of a coating on these wheels, just a basic ceramic coating, but because I had such a little amount left, the bottle was pretty much gone. I was like, screw it, why not? We'll throw some on there for the guy. And man, did they come out nice. And for the tire dressing, we are using Obsessed Garage, Matt Mormon's tire dressing. It is a wonderful, wonderful tire dressing. I don't put it on every vehicle, usually use McGuire's Hyper Dressing because, the OG tire dressing is one heck of an expense. But with vehicles like this, paint corrections, whatnot, I'm going to put a nice tire dressing on it. This stuff is ceramic infused, it lasts forever, and it looks fantastic. With me having the coating done way earlier than I expected to, I was like, why not clean his engine bay? So I went ahead and cleaned the engine bay as well and ended up putting some OG tire dressing on the inside of the engine bay just as some sort of dressing on all the plastics. This was not included in the detail, but because I had extra time, why the heck not, right? I'm not just going to sit here and do nothing and stare at the vehicle. Well, I just realized my microphone's been turned off all day, but this is done. Turned out freaking gorgeous. Super happy with the results. And then here in about 30 minutes, I have another car being dropped off, and this one's going to be picked up probably 30 minutes after that one. So when we pull it out, we'll get some after shots. But yeah, it looks great. Wheels turned out really good, man. Really good. Oh, so we are finished. This thing is complete. It looks fantastic. Super happy with the results. I went through filming all day today, got great footage, just realized that my microphone wasn't turned on today. Here in about 30 minutes or so, I have another car being dropped off, which I gotta do. I want to make sure I get that thing done as quickly as possible, but done properly, so that way I can pull it in here for the night and the owner can pick it up tomorrow, because I'm going to FL2K, so I can't focus on detailing it tomorrow. I have to do it tonight. And speaking of vlogs, I think I'm gonna do those every other Tuesday. That seems way more realistic. But I'll keep the details every Friday because that is doable. I've always been able to do that. But yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. I'm very tired. I'm gonna relax before this other car gets here. So if you could just help me out by leaving a like and go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and ring that bell to know every single time I upload. I can guarantee you there'll be a lot more just like this in the future. As of right now though, I'm probably gonna take about 2 or 3 days off next week just to relax, because it has been bang, 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 bang. You guys saw that Ford F-150? Well, I've done like maybe a whole bunch since then, and it's only been 3 weeks since then. Like I did the Corvette, I did just a bunch of other details. I'm just so tired. Money's great, I'm just freaking exhausted. So I'll see you all next week, next Friday. Another detail, wait, no. Will I see you a vlog? I don't know when I'm gonna upload this. Maybe I'll have a vlog that Tuesday. Either way, I'll see you guys Friday. See ya. Probably shouldn't do that. Might end up breaking my camera one day.